Hey guys, Bitcoin Owen here. We are just 3 days away from Christmas. 3 days left now until Christmas, and then a week to the new year after that. I was listening to Michael Saylor speaking today on the Bitcoin Magazine podcast. They gave a recording of his Bitcoin MENA speech, MENA, M-E-N-A, Middle East and North Africa. That's a conference that Michael Saylor spoke at a few days ago. And he described digital capital basically being Bitcoin and digital credit being Bitcoin-based lending. So basically you deposit your Bitcoin with these. This is what the large American banks, the bulge bracket banks, basically as they're described, are doing at the moment. They're copying Strike, basically, Strike.me, Jack Mallers' Strike, by taking in Bitcoin, real Bitcoin, basically, and issuing loans against that Bitcoin then to the person that deposited the Bitcoin. So they're using the Bitcoin as collateral, basically, and I think this is what Saylor envisages for the US banks to do. They take deposits in Bitcoin and they lend out dollars, basically, to the people to the entity who deposited the Bitcoin. So you must have Bitcoin basically if you're going to get a loan, and you can only get half the value, half the fiat value, half the dollar value, half the value of the Bitcoin. So if you deposit 40,000 euros with AIB, you would potentially be you'll be entitled, you'll be eligible for a loan of 20,000 euro in euros, and that's how it would work. I don't see that as having much of a future in Ireland anyway. I couldn't imagine people with that sort of money would say looking for a loan in the first place. Why would you, if you already have 40,000 euros worth of Bitcoin, why would you put it at risk then? You're putting the whole lot of it at risk to borrow 20,000 euro. It doesn't make sense. And Strike will struggle to make money in this kind of market. We saw in the last cycle BlockFi and FTX went belly up. They got liquidated, maybe went insolvent because they weren't managing their risk. They were taking on too much risk for the assets they had on their balance sheet. And I don't think Jack Mallers will succeed with this proposal either. And your man at Strategy, Saylor, is only copying Jack Mallers now because he needs something to talk about at these investment